Hi! Okay, so she was gonna do her 1D thing, but she doesn't have anything over at my house at the moment. So I figured I'd try my anime thing, but bear with me because most of these have been like from a few months ago, so they're not like off the top of my head. So she'll ask questions because since she hasn't watched any of them, if she's interested in anything, then she can ask it. But if she doesn't ask anything that you want to know, just comment below. I'm really bad at that. Comment below, and
Nice.
I can. Oh, thank you. And I can try and answer. If I don't know, I probably won't know what to say. So I'll just be like, dot 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 dot. Okay. So sorry, I have an anime list over here. So okay. So I'm gonna start with a movie that I really liked, which was Howl's Moving Castle. I'm trying not to give anything away, but if I start spoiling it, just she doesn't know because she. So I was gonna say smack me, but um, I'll realize it hopefully. So it's pretty much about a girl who lives in like a general city, and or town or whatever, and she is bewitched by an old lady and is put under a curse of being an old lady. And so there's this whole rumor about Howl's Moving Castle, about how he's evil, but she ends up in Howl's Castle and pretty much has like a crazy adventure, and it's really sweet. I really like it. The drawing is actually really interesting, and they're all original ideas.
Is it like a love story?
Yeah, pretty much. But it's like also like there's a guy who like there's this character who's made of fire. He's really snappy, and I love him because
Fire.
he's just like, you try to cook on me and I will burn your bacon, because he's like a flame. So I like that. Another one, it's a really popular one. I always forget who it's done by, but you'll probably know it. It's called Spirited Away. That one's
Heard of
about a you did.
Yeah, I forget where though.
Oh, cool.
Somewhere.
But that one's about like a girl. She just moved and she really didn't want to. She wasn't looking forward to it. But she ends up finding this like almost like she finds a tunnel, and her family decides to go look through it because they're lost. They were going to go ask for directions. And her parents end up turning into pigs because they ate food from another world, because she's actually in like a world for like gods, I think it is, or like not humans. And so she goes on this really fun adventure. I believe his name's Kohaku, but I don't think it is. But his name's pretty interesting, but it's all original, it's pretty fun, and it all pretty much takes place at like a bathhouse for the gods. Pretty unusual topic, but
Like what kind of gods, do you know?
just any god in general.
Oh.
Sorry, she's drawing at the moment, so I'll try to
Sorry.
keep her in the screen.
Sorry.
Okay, no, I just felt bad because you were getting out of the screen. Ouch! Okay, so an anime that I watched is kind of childish, but it's called Petite Princess Yusi. Forgive me if I pronounce these wrong. But it's kind of about a girl who never like she's actually like 20 something. Like she's like a young adult, and but she hasn't grown. She has the body of like a 10 and 12-year-old around that age. But she dreams there's this tiara that if you become the petite princess, you can make any wish. And so she ends up getting accepted when she finds the tiara by accident while going through the castle, because she saw something shiny and wanted to go see what it was. And so she becomes a candidate for the crown and meets a whole bunch of fun people, interesting characters. She even meets the daughter of the devil. That's pretty interesting.
Sounds like fun.
And so she just goes on a bunch of adventures that teach her lessons, and pretty much I don't want to give anything else away, so let's just end it there. Any questions?
No.
Okay. I'm just
That's
checking
pretty
with
cool.
you
That
because
sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
Blue Exorcist. That one's a bit more for the people who aren't religious. So if you're religious, it talks quite a bit about Satan and how Satan has the power of blue fire. and like if he takes over your body, you pretty much die. There's a bit of blood in it because like you're dying.
Is it bad that I like the color of blue fire?
No, because I like it too. Because I love
Pretty.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Sorry. It's pretty, yeah.
Zuko's sister's fire is amazing.
Technically, it's lightning. Technically.
No, because she also does blue fire when she battles Zuko in the last
Oh, the
episode.
last episode, yeah.
But it's pretty much about two brothers who go to a school. One of them can't really control his blue fire very well. And so he's kind of considered a demon a lot of the time and is like picked on and stuff. But the ending is really interesting. Like there's a huge twist. I was shocked. But any questions? I can't tell you
Like
about the
what-
twist if that's a
Like,
question.
what's the point of the story? Like, why are they going to school? Like, he's
Well,
not
it's pretty much he ends up joining this class where you learn to control your powers.
So
that
is
people
he
have.
supposed to be evil?
No, he's not. But his father is Satan, so he kind of can't help that he has that power.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I may have just given that away, but I think you pretty much find out in the first, second-ish episode.
How many episodes are there? Sorry.
I
there a lot?
actually don't know. I don't remember.
Hmm.
Not a lot though. I know
Oh,
there's not quite a lot. Girl Who Leapt Through Time is another movie. It's kind of hard to explain it. You just have to watch it. It pretty much deals with a girl who leaps through time. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say is that she just takes advantage of the power and finds out that she really shouldn't do that. And it's a bit of a love story, but it's a complicated love story. Like, I had to watch the love ending thing twice before I was like, wait, what? And I got it. Romeo x Juliet. Everybody can pretty much figure what that's about, which is Romeo and Juliet. But I actually like it better than the movie, because I'm into the pretty action animes. So I'm trying not to give anything away. So everybody knows the general story. Romeo and Juliet, separate families, trying to kill each other. Not kill each other, that hate each other. And so it's pretty much like that, but to a more extent of trying to kill each other.
Mm.
So I like it. I think it's cool. There's actually quite a bit of episodes. Not too many, just I'd say a good amount. Any questions on that one?
No, it seems pretty straightforward.
Okay, there is a different, because there's like, it's anime, so there's like a special power Juliet has, but I don't want to give that away. So, coughs. Sorry. There's Kiririn Revolution. That's pretty much for the people who are into like music and trying to become like a pop star and childish romance. Not like too childish, but like not young teen, but like between child and teen romance. Like, it doesn't get too serious. It's just like cute stuff between a boy and a girl and another boy and a girl. Yeah, love triangle. That's what I was gonna say. Mm-hmm. But that one's pretty interesting. I liked it. It's kind of every now and then I'm kind of just like, I don't want to watch it. Not much action. So, any questions?
No.
Okay.
Not that one, no.
Okay, Gawk and Alice. I don't know why, but I really love this anime. But I actually like the manga more because the manga goes really far. There's like 168 episodes at the moment, and it's still going on. So I am like up to speed with it. Like, I'm waiting for the next chapter to come out. But I like the anime. It's a great idea. It's about this academy and a girl named Mikan who goes there. But it's pretty much about people who have special powers. Like, they're Alice, like reading mind's teleportation. The Fire Alice, which is Natsume, who has that. The Purification Alice, which Mikan has, which is pretty much to like when you try to use an Alice on her, she can pretty much not be affected by it. But Mikan and Natsume become partners, and she pretty much ends up getting to know people like Luca Pion, which is Natsume's best friend. She sees her best friend Hotaru. There's also Imai. She pretty much makes a bunch of friends, learns a lot about herself and her past, which she didn't know much about, which I can't tell you anything about that, because that would give a lot away if I told you about her past. Mm-hmm. But I recommend reading the manga. I recommend reading the manga because it just goes so much farther.
I say manga.
I say both, so. Any questions on that one?
Is it like I don't know. Whenever you say Alice, I think of Alice in Wonderland.
No, it's like
Is that weird?
Alice is like their special ability.
Oh.
Like
What an interesting.
like
name
it
for
would
an
be called
ability.
like, because it's called Alice Academy.
Oh.
So yeah. I don't really get it either, but it's pretty cool. Cardcaptor Sakura. I always say it like that. Whatever. But that one is about a young girl who finds these like magic cards in a basement one day, or like a dark room, I forget. But she ends up releasing the cards, and there's like this whole big explosion thing, and the cards go out a window. And so it turns out that they're magic cards that hold like creatures, like
Digimon, kind of.
not really, because
Like
Digimon
Pokemon?
exist, like sort of like Pokemon, but they're like out of control, like nobody's controlling them.
Oh.
So she has to go around with the guardian of the book. I forget his name, but he's like a plush toy at the moment because he can't take on his full spirit. But she has to go around and collect all of their all of the cards again and put them back in. And when she catches them, she needs to write her name down so they accept her as the new master of like who they are. And she meets a kid named Shaoran-kun, who is also after the cards, and at first they don't really get along very well because it's like a competition to see who can get the most cards or who can get them and so but they eventually like join teams, and I don't want to go any further because I'll give it away. Any questions?
No.
Alrighty. Oh, and for that, there's her best friend
Sing
likes
along.
to videotape her. I know.
What? I'm sorry. The
Her
first thing I was like,
'cause
what?
Her best friend just likes, she thinks like she like admires Sakura, so she like records all the cards she captures and makes them into movies and stuff.
Okay, interesting.
She's not being creepy. She just
Alright.
thinks it's interesting. So plus I think she's really into film. So or in High School Host Club. That one's like a romantic comedy. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by her pencil. That one's a romantic comedy. It's pretty much about a bunch of guys who are at a rich, fancy school. And so they kind of think they're like all that, like they're hot stuff. I have to admit, some of them are pretty cute though. I'll admit it. But they pretty much mistake. Oh my gosh, I forget her name. I'm thinking of somebody
girl.
else. They pretty much mistake her for being a guy because her hair's really short. She ended up cutting it because some kid put gum in her hair.
Use peanut butter and get it out.
Well, she was too lazy. She was just like, cut it off. So they mistaked her for a boy, and she broke an expensive vase. And she's there on scholarship, so she's not rich. She's poor, but she studies a lot, so that's how she got in. But they end up making her become a host. So she pretty much, all the girls there think she's a guy. And she has to go around doing the host job, like spending time with the girls, like making them feel special. I think it's pretty funny. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a little weird at first, but then I started watching it and I got into it.
It's funny.
So, any questions?
It's just funny.
Okay, so that's
We're
not a
running low on
question.
time.
Nipsim. Okay, I'm just trying to get the ones that I'm seeing most. Moontoe, that is a really short one, but I really love it. It's pretty much about a girl who she doesn't look at the sky because she always saw like weird, like she would see like a world up there, but she would be made fun of it for it because she would like tell people and they're like, what are you talking about? I don't see it. But it's because she has like a special ability herself that she can see it. And a guy named Moontoe, he lives on that planet up there, and the planet's dying, and he needs her to help save it. So he pretty much comes to find her, and it's a pretty cool thing. But it's really short. I wish there was more of it. Let's see. Princess Tutu. Kind of complicated. It's about a girl who's also a duck, who's also Princess Tutu. I'm going to explain further because I can see Serena's face. So, she is actually a duck, but she's given an amulet by, like, the storyteller. Like, it's almost like a William Shakespeare kind of thing. Like, he's still alive, but he's in the time room or something. So he controls what happens in in their lives. So she has an amulet that makes her a human, so she goes to ballet school. But she also fights, she's collecting pieces of a boy's heart that broke apart, because the amulet lets her transform into a girl known as Princess Tutu, and she collects the pieces of the heart by dancing ballet and getting the heart back for the boy that she fell in love with. Any questions? That one's kind of hard to explain.
No.
So. Alrighty.
Surprisingly.
I gotta mention Soul Eater before I, shut off. Or get off. I mentioned it in the introduction one. If you guys want to watch that, just click our channel. I couldn't think of the word.
We only have like 3 videos on, because we're new.
But Soul Eater is pretty cool. I really like it. Like, it's one of my favorites. But, it's all about, Meisters. They're people who wield weapons, but the cool part is the weapons are people too. They can just transform into weapons. And they're all, trying to defeat, the bad guys and stuff, but then they have to defeat craziness. Craziness becomes a person. Insanity. And they have to defeat insanity.
It's gonna be hard.
Which is pretty... I love the fight.
Insanity seems like a pretty smart person because...
And Maka's a tomboy and kicks people's butts. I look up to her. I'm gonna be her for Halloween. Just a heads up.
You can be totally rock a skirt and be a tomboy.
Yeah, well, true, but I'm not into skirts and dresses. But, okay, I'm gonna try and do a few more real fast. Tokyo Mew Mew and Mermaid Melody are pretty good. They're really long. Mermaid Melody, a bunch of mermaids who are humans, who can transform into humans, and they defeat the evil... The main character, I'd have to say, is probably Lucia and Kaito, and they're pretty much... It's a love story, pretty much. But he can't find out she's a mermaid or she'll turn into bubbles. If she tells him, she'll turn into bubbles, so he has to figure it out herself, so she keeps trying to send him messages, but he doesn't get it. And Tokyo Mew Mew, about a bunch of girls, 5 girls, who are crossed with animals.
Cool! Sorry.
And they oh, no, it's fine. And they transform into animals. Ichigo, she's the main one, she turns into a cat girl. A pink cat girl. And she has to defeat, these aliens who are trying to take over the planet.
As a cat?
Yeah, she has powers.
These aliens have no... They're dead. Just saying.
They try to create chimera animals, which is combining a good soul with a bad animal. Like an evil animal, like an alien animal. And so they try and destroy the Earth so that they can come to Earth and, live there because their planet is dying. I think I'm gonna try and get one or two more in real fast, but I'm sorry, I'm getting into anime.
It's okay, it's okay.
Oh, any questions?
Oh, but I
Sorry.
might. No, that one looks cool. What's it called?
It's called Tokyo Mew Mew.
Oh, you should show me later.
Yeah. So, let's see. Inuyasha. Really long. There's even 4 movies for it, but I loved it. It's about, a girl, she falls down a well, and somehow is transported to, an ancient era, where there's, not really medicine or electronics, but she's going after the shards of a pearl that she broke, as well as demons and a guy named Naraku, who's evil and is sending the demons after them. And then there's also, Inuyasha's a half demon, so on full moons he turns into a human, so he can't defend anybody, but he wants the pearl to become full demon, and it's pretty much a love story. I love it. Then there's a few other characters who are in it, like Moroku, the monk. He asks every woman to have babies with him.
Sounds like my type of guy.
It's just his character. Then there's Sango. She's a beast hunter, I think the word is. And then there's, oh my god, I forget his name. There's a fox demon in it, but he's really cute. But he sounds like a girl a bit. And I'm trying to think. I think that's the main ones I've watched. Well, some of them actually. Then there's a few like Maid Sama. That one's another romantic comedy. She's a maid, doesn't want people to find out. Love story kind of thing. Chrono Crusade. That one's pretty much about a girl keeping a demon, like human. She controls it, but every time he turns into a demon, it takes away from her life. Like, he uses her power, but the more time he spends as a demon, the more life he takes from her. Which is kind of sad, yeah. But those are just a few. So yeah. If you guys know any good animes, please tell me. I'm always open to
Comment.
reading manga or watching anime. So yeah, comment on the bottom. If you have any questions, ask me. And if you, oh jeez, and if I watch it, I can maybe make a video about it. I'm working on figuring out how to make really cool videos with like pictures of
Like
the anime
editing?
and songs. Yes, I need to work on that, but I'll
Just-
figure it out.
If you tweet at Finn and Jack, and if you ask him about editing, he says, yeah, wait.
Go ahead.
You do know that, like, how are these people going to know how to spell this stuff?
They just listen to it. Most of them are spelled the way they sound. And even if you mistype it, it'll come up like, were you actually looking for this?
Oh, yeah, on Google.
So, if you don't know how to spell it, that's a good idea. If you don't know how to spell it, comment below. Rude. If you
That's not what I meant.
if you don't know how to spell it, I mean, most of them seem pretty obvious, but if you don't know how to spell it, comment below, and I will type it out for you. And if you want to know any others, I can make another video. If you want another video, comment, and I will make another one. I mean, I don't care. I love anime. I can talk
Or if you
about
want me
anime
to
for
do
hours.
something.
If you want us to
Yeah.
do anything, comment, make suggestions. We're open to suggestions. We love suggestions.
Bye.
Awkward nodding. Okay, bye.
See you later.